Virgos, welcome to your weekly Sidereal Astrology forecast. This is for April 18th to the 24th of 2016. I'm Athen, and this is for Sidereal. If you are new to the channel, be sure to check out the link because the signs are different. All right, Virgo, so we have a lot going on this week. We've got the sun going into Aries. We've got a full moon on Friday morning and a lot of aspects with Venus. So let's go ahead and have a look at what this means for you guys. Starting with the previous weekend, we've had Mars recently go retrograde. And then Pluto's going to go retrograde at the beginning of the week on Monday morning. So a lot of this reflective energy as we're approaching next month, because pretty soon your ruler is going to go retrograde at the end of this month. So with this, though, there's been this new reflection, I think, and you'll probably feel this week, is this reflection on intimacy, reflection on what really matters to you in life. And specifically with perhaps how you communicate and how you think about things, because Mars has recently gone into your third house, which is the house of mind. It's the house of communication, of learning, of reading, of writing, sharing. And so there's been a lot of momentum here with Mars, but now it's a time to kind of reflect, to go back, rehash, redo, rethink about how maybe you're communicating, how the mind works, what you're learning about, maybe some of the practical things you're involved with, redoing those. And again, what really matters to you in life, and how to have a bit of that openness and intimacy in your exchanges and whatnot. And this is all for you to transform and learn more about this. That's what this is all about with Mars here. Learn more about the mind, learn more about your communication and all of that sort of thing. So a lot of energy there with that shifting this week, but it's kind of setting the backdrop. And I think this is going to be an ongoing theme up and through June, at which time things, going into July, things will start to move forward. And a lot of this stuff you're learning right now about this will begin to move forward for you. Now, in terms of Pluto is retrograde. He also is associated with that third house stuff, so really adding to the fact. But he's in your fourth house, so right now you're learning a lot about your home and family, maybe about your health, and this has been Pluto in your fourth house really helping you transform this area of your life for many years, right? To make changes here, to have non-attachment, to allow the ego to take a back seat, which then allows you to make healthy change here in this area. So now this happens once a year for 6 months, Pluto retrograde, for half of the year to go back and just kind of rethink, rehash about matters relating to where you can have healthy change with home, family, and health, where you can maybe get rid of any old belief systems or any old habit patterns that may have been getting in the way of that. Now, in terms of the aspects with Venus on Monday, we do have her trining up to Saturn. So with this one, there's a bit of this development, this bit of groundedness. And I think for you, it's specifically with your outlook on life, with your worldview, also with your values, pretty grounded there, maybe with the material financial stuff, which could be structured for you on Monday. Good area to develop that as well. And this is also that you can advance your relationships, right? Because you've got Venus in your seventh house. You can be enjoying those one-to-one connections. This was a big area of focus for you this past 30 days. But you can enjoy those one-to-one connections. You can understand what you value in relationships and all of that. All right. Now, that's going to be an area of transformation because on Tuesday, Venus is squaring up to Pluto. So specifically here on Tuesday, again, just like with the personal life, there's this importance to have change and non-attachment with the one-to-one connections. Whatever it might be for you personally in your life, might be externally a relationship. For some of you, might be business dealings or legal matters. But for all of you internally, changing your perspective on relationships. And again, really seeing what you value there from the non-ego perspective, right? Because Pluto is that ego killer. And so with this, there can be a lot of that attachment, maybe to a particular relationship, to your values, to your worldview. And the key with this is to just have a sort of, second to step back, see where there might be some things you're holding on tightly here, or trying to control perhaps. And in that way, you're doing that healthy transformation, right? Through that observation. And then you can see what might actually need to change. What might need to be some healthy changes with your maybe patterns in life involving one-to-one connections and values and even intimacy as well. So that's going to be the Tuesday energy. And then as we go into the rest of the week, we go into Mercury trining up to the North Node, your ruler. So there's a lot to be learned this week. In fact, I think by midweek, a lot of you should have some pretty good intent, usually, with the North Node aspecting the ruler like this. And this is an intent for you to be cultivating your spiritual alone time, which has been the North Node in your 12th house, maybe having more peace in your life. But I think what you're going to be learning this week in particular is more about yourself, more about your career. And this is also that you can develop, again, more intimacy in your life, which is this Mercury, who's already been in your 8th house. So it's already been a lot of this learning about intimacy, learning about beginnings and endings, maybe where there can be some of those patterns changed. And the sun shifting in here this week is that you're now focused on it. In fact, the sun in the 8th house is that you can just see it. You just see the truth. You just see behind the veils. And this is both of yourself and other. And that can be actually enjoyable, right? Deep intimacy, deep connections, all of that stuff can be a great source of energy for you. And again, you're learning a lot about that. And it could even be this middle part of the week too, good for developing yourself, your goals, as well as that career or productive life. Now the full moon is going to be in your sign, so there is a lot of illumination of self just straight up. And this has already been the case because now this is the second full moon of Virgo, as there often is because it's such a large constellation. So now continuing to cultivate yourself, your goals, maybe some of you your self-image specifically. For some of you, your physical body, your exercise. There's a lot of awareness coming into the picture here about self, and it's a status check. You're at this sort of halfway point of the year, which when the sun comes back into your sign, you know, around this time next year, there will be that new beginning. So you're at the halfway point, and it's a status check to see, okay, maybe there are some things working with the goals. Maybe there are some things working with self-development that are good. You keep those, continue to develop those, but maybe there's some things that aren't too, and just letting those go and just kind of do that check to see where you can continue to cultivate and improve the self and also these goals of yours. And like I said, there can be a lot of awareness about that. Now at the end of the week, to top off the week, Venus is going to be conjoining up to Uranus, so there's a bit of this freeing energy. And this is freeing those areas that have been transforming from earlier in the week. So I think by the end of the week, it's great to see that there's maybe something new with relationships or more freedom there, which has been Uranus showing you the importance of that with Uranus in your 7th house. And again, so that you can expand your relationships, you can learn more about your relationships, you can see what you really value about relationships, all by being your true self, allowing relationships to be their true selves, to have freedom and autonomy with self and other, and all of that can be very freeing. All right, Virgo, so have a fantastic week. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next week.